New York was the center of the comic book world as industry guests and fans alike descended upon the Jacob Javits Center for the 4th annual New York Comic Con. Over 200 dealers in the dealer's room were on hand to show off their latest products, where over 77,000 attendees could buy whatever their hearts and their thinning wallets desire. Cryptic Studios show off their action-packed MMORPG Champions Online, set for release this coming spring with a hands-on demo. Producer Bill Roper was on hand to give us a demonstration of the game.
So some of the powers, most of the powers actually have 2 ways they can work. You can tap.
As you can see, I wasn't very good at it. However, Roper did explain that the fans were important for the feedback of the game. Atari displayed 3 new games: Ghostbusters, The Chronicles of Riddick, and Ready to Rumble Revolution. Riddick fans can expect a completely different game from the first game. Lead designer Ian Stevens explains.
But this is our follow-up to that original game, and it takes place immediately after the end of Escape from Butcher Bay, and sort of puts Riddick in a very different type of situation where he's more on the offensive. And so we have a very action-heavy game this time around. That stealth element is still there. And still a prominent part of this game, but this is definitely a bit more guns blazing.
A new feature in the game is known as Pitch Black, where it's Riddick against up to 6 other players.
So Riddick has this ability to see in the dark, and so you'll run faster if you're playing Riddick, you'll have more health, but you'll only be able to use your knives, whereas everybody else is running around with a gun and a flashlight.
The 80s icon Ghostbusters will be making its return to the video game world, being released this coming June on the Wii and Xbox 360. Cinematic and effects artist Josh Parker for the Nintendo Wii version of the game explains the difference between the two.
It's got a stylized look. Instead of being limited by the hardware, we tried to take advantage of it. So it's got a little bit more of a cartoony look to it, which lets us kind of bring the characters out more as well.
Parker also gives us the lowdown on what the game is about.
Taking place in 1991. You are the rookie. You get to test out all their experimental equipment and everything that entails.
Ready to Rumble Revolution for the Nintendo Wii was also on display. Eric Monticelli tells us the main difference between this game and other ones is the fact that it's on the Wii.
I mean, it's a unique way to present a party game like this. You got it's kinetic. It's, you know, you get your whole body into it. There's a lot of motion to it. It's just fun. It's a good time, and that's what makes it the biggest thing.
I can do that with Wii Boxing, but what's the difference between the two?
This game's a lot bigger than Wii Boxing in a lot of ways. It's a lot more fun. It's got, you know, rumble mode. You got some unique taunts. You got some parody characters in there. You also, you know, in Wii Boxing, it's intuitive. It's a great game, but there's not as much different sort of combos you can throw. You're just kind of flailing here. You know, you can throw different combos by pressing different button combinations, and different motions with your nunchuck or with your Wiimote will cause you to either, you know, like sidestep a jab and that sort of thing. So.
EA Games have one of the biggest displays in the dealer's room, showing off 7 games. One of those we got to play around with was Burnout Paradise, which was released its party version expansion pack, where you can play up to 8 players. Product manager Kevin O'Leary tells us about the pack.
And what you see behind me, it's offline multiplayer, so it's designed for up to 8 players to kind of sit on the couch, have a good time, and pass the pad back and forth, and do a bunch of really quick-fire challenges that you know, really instigate some good rivalries, and you have a lot of fun offline.
Also, fans got the chance to see a 15-minute demonstration of the new game X-Men Origins Wolverine. Dan Vodrak from Raven Software tells us this game isn't anything like you've seen before.
It's finally going to allow the player to play Wolverine like they've been wanting to for years. We're all huge fans at Raven. We finally kind of wanted to present a gritty, brutal, realistic version of Wolverine. It's a third-person action game, tons of combat moves to unlock. It's really just everything anyone's always wanted.
As far as what we saw... Now, is there a way that you can view this trailer online or view the demo? Is there a way you can download it before it comes out?
Right now, we're keeping that under wraps. We want to make sure, you know, we kind of keep the anticipation building up. We're definitely looking to try to release a demo or a trailer soon, so just stay tuned. And the more stuff we can get out about Wolverine, show that this is not your standard movie game, the more we're happy with that.
The game is set to release this coming May. There were other things going on in the dealer's room, such as Toxic Avenger the musical. Kara Eldridge tells us why you should see it when it premieres March 18th at New World Stages.
It's a love story. It's great. Girls love it. Love it. And
So,
guys
yeah.
will love it for the link to Troma Films and to Lloyd Kaufman and the film itself. So
Oh, okay. So if anybody needs a date, there you go.
yes, come see it.
Yes. The software company Smith Micro Software has showed off their latest products, Art Rage Deluxe, where you can digitally paint or draw your masterpieces, Manga Studio 4, where you can create the next great manga or comic book, and Smash on Spore Comic Book Creator, where you can create your own comic books with elements from Spore. Serena DuPont tells us about Art Rage and its difference from its competitors.
It's a natural painting tool. So you can paint naturally like you would. You can paint digitally like you would naturally on canvas. So someone that likes to paint at home on paper or canvas can create with oils, metallics, glitter, chalk, etc.
Army Camp Nurses Lauren and Valerie help promote the horror first-person shooter game Fear 2, which is released today on all consoles. The duo devised a program to coincide with the game as a promotional campaign, including a little mishap during our interview.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Oh, whoa.
What are you doing?
We're gonna have to clear this area.
Cut this interview short. I'm sorry, I don't really know what's going on right now, but we're gonna thank you by the way.
What's
Appreciate
going
it.
on? Yeah, keep it rolling. The video is also available online on YouTube. So that is what's new and what's hot in 2009 here at New York Comic Con. Now make sure you tune in tomorrow to see interviews with the cast of Dead Like Me Life After Death, Daniel Day Kim from Lost, and Jerry the King Lawler. All right, so thank you very much.